you have such fantastic stories of those 2 years when you were working with your sports team, your kabaddi team and your football team. And you told us that, your kabaddi team players, they threw your nutritionist out. They literally picked him up and threw him out on the first day. What happened there? Second day. What happened there? You were the boss. How did you handle that team?
I wasn't with them at that point of time. The team manager called me and said, "Sir, they've thrown the nutritionist out."
They literally picked him up and
threw him out. So I said, "What do you mean they've thrown him out?" They said, "No, they picked him up and threw him out." And then I realized that we're dealing with sportsmen who were not ready for such a drastic change. But that was all the first year. That was, discovering running a sports team. And there's some wonderful memories. We've come a long way since then. Today, they're wonderful athletes. And
what happened there?
They picked him up and threw him out.
No, but why?
Because he wasn't allowing them to drink lassi and eat parathas.
Acha.
So he wanted them to have like boiled vegetables and boiled chicken, and so they weren't very happy with that.
So they said, "Sabse pehle isko bahar nikal."
You have to understand, kabaddi for me has been very gratifying also because they're such basic people. They're so simple. It's just wonderful. The sport itself is just so great, and I really implore you all, Pro Kabaadi League does come to Kolkata. There's a wonderful team from here. You all must come and watch it. It's just great. It's so much fun. It's so exciting to watch, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's our sport. There's a huge amount of ownership about it, that ye apna khel hai. Not many people know the history. Do you all know the history and the origins of Kabaddi at all? Anyone? No? Okay, so bear with me because I love talking about this. So Kabaddi has its origins in Hindu mythology. It has its origins which have been traced back to the Mahabharata and Abhimanyu and the Chakravyuh. So you all know the story of Abhimanyu and the Chakravyuh? Yeah? So the Chakravyuh is a battle formation of 7 circular formations, and there's only one way to get out of it. And poor chap fell asleep in his mother's tummy and he got stuck in it, and that's how... and after that is how Kabaddi started. That's why in Kabaddi it's one raider against 7 defenders who move in circular motions. So that was the origin of Kabaddi, and that's how it started. And there are many misconceptions about the sport. So first of all, it's thousands of years old. It's come down. People think only Haryanvis play the sport. It's not true. Kabaddi actually is a derivative of a Tamil word, which is kaipiddi, which means holding hands. It's the state sport of most of the South Indian states, and it's played in the length and breadth of the country. More nations play Kabaddi than they do cricket. Boria, sorry. I think the 35 or 36 registered federations internationally. Yeah, but who actively plays on a world stage? Bas. No, sounds better. More people play kabaddi than cricket. Bolne do yaar, tum kyun is pe abhi? Pani mat phiro is pe. So, it's wonderful. And sadly, the Indian national men's team and women's team couldn't win a gold in the Asiad Games, which for the men is the first time ever.
Were you heartbroken? We got a bronze, not even a silver.
Yes. Obviously, as an Indian, you're heartbroken. I think it's good because it was a good wake-up call for them, Don't be complacent. I'm all about not being complacent currently. So I think it was a good wake-up call. They were thrashed by the Iranians. And I really think it's a sport that's exploding on the world stage. And very soon, a lot of these big sporting superpowers are going to come into the sport. And so the World Cup that was held in Ahmedabad 2 years ago, America came and played Kabaddi, which was nice. It wasn't nice for them because their opening match was against Iran and they lost, which I don't think the Americans like doing, especially to Iran. And I'm pretty sure they're going to come back with a stronger team. And I think India needs to pull up its socks, and that's what the Asiad served to them.
These guys are so tough. And even being an owner, you've learned so much from them. I want you to share the story of that one player that you was just telling me about,
Oh yeah, season 1. I had a defender. His name was Rohit Rana. He's from He's from Himachal, and just, you know, their will to do what they do and the gusto with which they play and the simplicity. We were playing in Kolkata actually, and he got a knee on his chin and he dislocated his jaw, and his jaw went into his skull. And he fractured it, and when I went to see him in the changing room, he was actually tying his socks around his head because he wanted to come back and carry on playing with a dislocated and fractured. Yeah, it's just crazy. And then he became very famous because then he used to wear like this mask and play. But that's just the kind of people they are. It was wonderful to take a sport like that, which is so basic, and bring it and help bring it, I can't take credit for it, to a stage today where it's the second most watched sporting event in India after the IPL. It's amazing. Yeah.